Up until I was 11 in the 8th grade at Lincoln, I had only been around people like me. And where I came from, I had been taught that as an African American male, it wasn't possible for me to be anything. I brought that defeatist mindset to Lincoln and failed all my classes. In those days, I was so nervous in class because I didn't know anyone and felt that they didn't want me in their school. But I was wrong. I was welcome, respected, and even looked up to. While I chose not to care about my future, I was shamed and moved by just how hard my peers worked to learn English, how seriously they took their education, and how temporary they viewed their circumstances. Their optimism for a better tomorrow infected me. I too started to care, and I started to work hard at doing well in school. This experience also opened me up to the world around me, to new cultures and a new language, Spanish. I've now traveled to Cat Island, the Bahamas, Cuba, and Panama. I've always had a deep and all-consuming passion for music. It is also the one thing that has never made me feel hopeless. I'm a self-taught musician because I could never afford lessons. This passion became my mission when Mr. Crawford told me in the 11th grade that I can go to college to study music. It may sound simple, but the idea of going to college to learn what I already loved doing never even crossed my mind. I now had something to work for. Because of that, my grades improved dramatically, and I made the honor roll for the first time that year, and I've never been taken off since. I passed the AP English language exam. I had one of the highest SAT scores in my school. I became class president. I became a leader in the Black Male Empowerment Group, and I led a stage crew in our school productions. I now know what I am and who I want to be. I was a caged bird for too long, but a caged bird can wisen up and figure out how to open up the cage with his beak.
When I came to Czech from El Salvador, with no English speaking skills, my nonverbal communication skills were heightened. I learned to pick up on social cues, body language, and facial expressions that gave away a person's intentions. Without English, I certainly didn't have a clue about American history. 8th grade math, I knew nothing. But I knew this was the moment I had been waiting for my whole life. I finally had a chance to get a real education, and abandoning it was not an option. I submerged myself into strange but interesting books. I stayed after school every day to get extra help, and I implored my teachers to give me the same work that normal students receive. After 1 year, I had learned English, began tutoring newcomers after school, and even started taking early college classes. By the end of 9th grade, I had the highest GPA in my class and received the DC College Savings Plan scholarship. However, a few days later, a new and unexpected obstacle surfaced when the scholarship I had won was taken away after they discovered I did not have papers. At that moment, I finally understood what it meant to be illegal and realized that I could have perfect grades and still be denied the financial opportunity to attend college. But I redoubled my commitment to academic excellence, making my community a better place than I found it and helping others who were shut out from the mainstream. I did everything in my power to be seen, to be heard, and to rise, and to break free from the label of other. My voice is the voice of every child crossing that border for a better tomorrow.
Every human being possesses that one superhuman attribute that makes them uniquely individual. What is my attribute? I possess the ability to stare death in the face and say no, the strength to emerge victorious in spirit when my body and my pride are abused. I have fought for survival my entire life, and I haven't lost yet. True, I have thought my life threatened by narcos for the sins of my father that were unknown to my 14-year-old brain. I almost died from heat stroke in the desert on my way to the United States as an unaccompanied minor. I almost felt my heart cease to beat in despair when I was locked in a detention center at the border, but I never died. When I first arrived in the United States, I did not believe that I would ever learn English. College? Impossible. I didn't believe in my abilities, but I didn't quit either. I didn't die on the inside. I saw every single day as an opportunity to work, and work I did. Long hours cleaning buildings, reading, doing homework, and never wasting a single second of breath because I knew how lucky I was to breathe the air in this wonderful country that I refused to give up on, even though it appears to have given up on me. Now, I pontificate and personify and plead in English. Now, I'm a few months away from becoming the first in my family to go to college. My mission after I get my college education is to instill dreams in those who live in the shadows. Students who cannot seem to bridge the gap between the past and the present, oppression and freedom, Spanish and English. I want them to learn from my failures and triumphs and truly believe that higher education is possible, even if they were dealt hellish cards of birth.
Touch. That was the first word I uttered. However, in order to touch, I had to reach. Septo-optic dysplasia. My family was devastated by this prognosis, but were determined to raise a normal little girl not defined by her condition. My challenges pushed me to strive for more than just average, to prove that I can accomplish what I put my mind to. I walk, talk, listen, and think just like normal kids do. Academics were the least of my problems in school. I was bullied and inundated with comments like, "You look creepy," or "Why are your eyes so weird?" When they weren't fixating on my eyes, they'd pounce on my skin color or voice. "You're black, not Latina," or "Why do you sound white?" I was too black for the Latino students and too Latina for the black students. And my mixed Afro-Latina identity further alienated me from the mainstream. I tried to minimize these differences to fit in, so I pretended I could see more than I could, and never received resources to help me see better until later in life. Somewhere along the way, I discovered that astrophysics is my calling. I took AP Physics, kept up with current topics in space research, and participated in anything STEM related. I even began writing a science fiction novel. In high school, I developed strong friendships, especially through the band, where my violin became my solace from the confusion of my life, and my bandmates became my sisters and brothers. I have accomplished much more than anyone expected. I have maintained one of the highest GPAs in my school, and I'm on track to become the first in my family to graduate from university. Despite having every excuse to quit, I refuse to let my obstacles impede my dream of an education.
I don't think there are many legally blind Afro-Latino astrophysicists in the world. Well, not yet.
am 18 years old, going on 45, and every day I am trapped. Not only does my racing mind cage me, my routine is also a burden few teenagers can relate to. Every day I am overwhelmed by all of the places I have to be, demands and duties I have to fulfill, and it is only me. I am all alone as I play the role of mother, sister, translator, negotiator, and navigator of immigration policy for my family. On top of it all, I am just a senior. And while I embrace all of these responsibilities, I am emotionally, physically, and mentally drained. Nevertheless, I persist. I wake up every morning at 6 a.m. Then, I become a machine. I have to get ready, wake up my mother and 3 younger sisters, and prepare breakfast. When everyone is ready, we head out, and I begin a race against time. The stress and the strain have been a detriment to my mental health. I often retreat to the empty spaces and desolate places in my mind. Nevertheless, I persist. My passion for music and family keeps me going through the dark times. Singing and music are my life. When I sing, I release all my emotions and free myself from the pressure and anxiety. This fall, I will be the first in my family to go to college. I want to be the role model my sisters can look up to and think, if she can make it this far on her own, I can achieve even more with her as my guide.